Hello all. We're over here in Studio 7 again. It's been a while. Things are in bloom right now. Very pretty. From here, let's just go right into the news. It looks like the demand for transportation fuels is at a 17-year low. A lot of that is contributed to the new vehicles that are coming out that are getting much better fuel mileage than the old ones. And the fact that people just aren't driving as much as they used to. They're bicycling more. All right. Good for you guys. You just keep bicycling more and more, walking, using public transportation. So because of this, a lot of people are yelling about and yahooing about and yipping about how the U.S. is suddenly in a boom for all kinds of things. They're saying we're in a fuel they're calling it oil boom. Some of them are calling it a fuel boom. But in reality, it's all newspeak, as we know, because the real stats show that all the shale oil and all the oil from Canada isn't even going to take up even 1/4% of what is being depleted. The cheap, regular fuel oil, the oil that you use for transportation, not the stuff that you use for heating, such as natural gas. They're mixing natural gas into the oil figures. So I'm challenging the U.S. to show real figures that show that we are in a boom. I want to see actual figures that the world is not going to be in depletion. BP, the head of BP, has come out saying that that oil depletion will not happen, that they have technology that will virtually make oil forever, and that just keep doing as always, nothing to worry about. BP has it under control. And it's almost like every week now there's a new article about how the U.S. is going to be the next Saudi Arabia and the next Russia. But they're not telling you that Saudi Arabia and Russia have peaked and are now on the decline. And that's a lot of oil you're going to have to replace. The only reason we're not in more trouble is purely because of the new efficiency of the vehicles that we're driving and the fact that we're not using our cars as much, or the big cars as much, and that we're actually thinking about conservation a little bit. Well, let's go up and see what's happening in the San Francisco Bay with the oil barges. I'm counting about 4 barges in San Francisco Bay. Yesterday we saw 8, which is a large amount. I haven't seen that amount in some time. And let's go find out what Brent Crude is doing. Okay, before we start, I have to admit this eraser is holding up well. Look how old it is. It just keeps going. They don't make them like that anymore. So we started out about 111 and kind of dribbled down to just about 110.65 or so. Went back up to 111, came back down, went back up, 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 and ended up at about almost where we started at 110.8. But it's still going, so it could go up and down a few more times. Basically around 111. And has gasoline prices gone down? Okay, inexpensive gas station. Expensive gas station. Okay, as you know, there's so much news I can't possibly cover it all at once, so I'm just going to go to the Ron Paul filibuster in the Senate over the new technical wars that Obama has been waging all over the world. Also, he's protesting the ability for the president of the U.S. to go out and assassinate anybody they want without any due process. See, that used to be part of our Constitution, that we all had the right to a lawyer and all that type of thing. Personally, I think they would spread that all over the world, but instead we're getting rid of that thinking, and I don't understand that. So droning, killing, going to war without the Senate's permission, all that kind of thing is perfectly okay, and that's what Ron Paul is protesting. Ron Paul is the son of Ron Paul. so you don't get confused. They're calling Ron Paul the new progressive. Isn't that interesting how the left turns right and the right starts turning left? That is just bizarre, huh? So Ron is saying he wants to get rid of the drones, get rid of the nukes, and get rid of the assassination programs. Let's get back to the way the U.S. used to be. You know, when did we become the big assassinator torturers? And again, most of the people in the U.S. are for this kind of thing. Of course, because of the newspeak, right? They get talked into this, especially because of what they watch. All right, well, as we head home from our hike, it hasn't started raining yet. We appreciate any new subscribers or any comments. I don't know what is going on with comments on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with the subscription page. It has now changed. It's now a big column and it's confusing as usual. But anyway, so until next time, we'll see you guys later. This is Pink Barrio. This is the website you go to. Here's the blog page with videos, articles, and items made by small independent artisans. You can buy from here and not support the 1% corporations. And don't forget to put your money in a credit union, not a bank. And stay away from those corporate stores and try your local independent cooperatives.